It's happening in New York or across the globe. Learn why it matters first on Kevin McCullough Radio.
Have they refused to agree to a target, and is there still the possibility of a trade war?
Well, Chris, we're putting the trade war on hold. So right now we have agreed to put the tariffs on hold while we try to execute the framework.
It's Kevin McCullough. I'm in a little bit of a gloaty mood today, right? As I started the hour off, because we found the spy inside the camp. Everything that Kim Strauss has been reporting is true about the House investigation, and I just feel like we're starting to see some reasons why there may not be even a big blue wave this fall. We'll see, but that statement right there by Steve Mnuchin is something that I said was probably going to happen at some point. I was one of the few people in all of America that said, guys, we don't understand what he's doing with the tariffs. I wrote a couple of pieces about it at Town Hall, and it's turning out to be true. He used it as a big billy club. He beat him on the head. China's coming to the table, and there may not be a trade war. So for everybody that was wringing their hands and, I don't know, don't worry. I'm telling you, this president has a strategy behind what he's doing. Someone who always has a strategy behind what he's doing is David Fischer, and it's one of the reasons why I love having him on Money Mondays, because he helps us. And don't forget, coming up on the 6th of July, he is awarding a brand new winner a $20 Liberty gold coin, 1 ounce gold coin, the Liberty coin, 1876. It's worth about $2,000. It is a beautiful gold coin. And you can enter your chance to win that at am970theanswer.com when you request your financial survival packet for 2018, also complimentary. But it's about a $200 value, and you can check that out. It has his latest white paper. It's almost like a 3D impersonation of the economy. Why is the economy up and one day down another? And you get all that in the pack. You can call for that at 844-604-2575. You can also request it online at am970theanswer.com and click on the gold coin. David Fischer, happy Monday to you. Welcome back, sir.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm glad I can be on your coattails and your predictions there. That's great.
Well, I'm always
Kevin.
riding your coattails on these money segments because you're the one that's been just like knocking this out of the park. And I don't know. I want to get your thoughts on the stock markets today. They're kind of in good territory. And, this is after another couple of days of shakiness last week. What's going on?
Well, the Dow's up a little over a 1.25%. We're at 25,000, which is the March 1st index level, and all the other indexes are up. This is because of what you just listed in the precursor coming on the program here. Those 8 simple words by Secretary of Treasury Stephen Mnuchin. We are putting the trade war on hold. So it did affect the market. The tariffs on Chinese steel, aluminum, about $150 billion of those tariffs and other Chinese import tariffs were placed on hold in this discussion. And China, as a gesture, lifted their $50 billion of tariffs on soybeans. It's definitely not over, but this is President Trump's the way he negotiates. Beijing is promising to significantly increase their purchases in U.S. goods, which is causing the market to go up too. However, no dollar figure was determined in actual what they're going to purchase, but it's a gesture of goodwill. So these two promises of the world's coming together could happen hopefully in the next 3-4 months in some sort of a hard agreement.
Well, that would be rather remarkable, and I have to think that somebody who's worried about this is Kim Jong-un, because the more Mr. Trump is getting friendly and helpful to China, and things are being leveled out in terms of the fairness between the economies of the two countries, the more they're going to want to stay in the good graces of who we are, and that puts additional pressure on him to give up his nukes. And if we get one of the nuclear powers to give, now we're starting to announce pressure on Iran, but if we get nukes out of North Korea, that's going to be a very big positive as well. Let me ask you this. Given the announcement of the really tough sanctions that we're going to start putting on Iran, oil is going to have an interesting ride here in the next little bit, and you watch the oil market. You also watch the dollar and gold. What's happening in those areas today?
Well, oil has jumped 16% in 3 months. Crude oil is now at $72 and 72.21 per barrel, which is huge movement. Since the dollar's tied to oil, that's helping pull up the dollar. Also, the dollar index has moved 3% in the last 3 months. That's a big movement in any currency, specifically our currency. And this, gold is doing the same thing that it should be doing. When dollars go up, gold pulls back. It pulled back a couple percent during that period of time. But I think we're going to see some reversals of these things happening. I don't think we're going to have a surging bull market in oil or a surging bull market in the dollar or even in gold, but I think you're going to see a turnaround end of third quarter, beginning of fourth quarter. The economy's fairly doing well. It's not growing at the 3%. Last quarter was 2.3%. And because of that, we're not having major booming in the market, and the Dow's trading in a short trading range, Kevin, between 23,400 points to 25,900. If it breaks up or down from there, then you're going to see a big change, I think, in the environment.
Sure. Well, and let's talk about that gold idea for a second, because when it does have these little pullbacks, again, gold continues to go up. It hasn't lost. It's never gone to zero, and it's never year over year lost value in the last several years. But here's the thing: if it does pull back a percent or two, if people are looking to diversify, that's the time to jump on it, is it not, David Fischer?
Absolutely, and there's also a discount that happens in the month of June and the early part of July sometimes, but mostly June, coming up in my industry, so they can take advantage of certain gold markets then. So definitely the time is you want to be buying low, sell high. This is the low time for gold.
Yeah. Well, and to help understand that better, friend, you really do need to get the financial survival packet, because he goes into great detail. But there's also a lot of market analysis in there. And one of the things I love, David, is that more and more of my listeners are calling you and saying, David, you keep making these predictions. And by the way, you said you weren't going to make a prediction, and then you just made one a second ago. You said end of third quarter, first of four, we're going to see that develop. So I was taking notes there. We'll see if again. But again, friends, if you like the fact that David very humbly says, here's what I think is going to happen, and then it happens, and you want to know more about how to have that knowledge put to work for your portfolio and to get you protected, you need to call him. 844-604-2575, 844-604-2575. 844-604-2575. David Fischer, we got a lot in there, but it's a busy Money Monday. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, call now and figure out if you're registered for the contest. Get your survival packet, and then make sure you join us every Monday right here on Kevin McCullough Radio.